26, 24, 24, 25, 20. I'm Michael Smerconish. Today in Los Angeles, those numbers may tell us more about political violence than ideology ever could. In the aftermath of Charlie Kirk's assassination and a gunman's attack on an ICE facility in Dallas, there's been no shortage of partisan finger pointing, each side reading into the facts whatever suits their political interests. President Trump has claimed this is all a left-wing phenomenon. The data say otherwise, whether it's drawn from the ADL, the Cato Institute, or our recent guest, Robert Pape at the University of Chicago. Violence exists on the left and the right. President Trump even admitted as much at Kirk's funeral when he said, no side in American politics has a monopoly on disturbed or misguided people. He should have stopped right there. Because the common denominator in so much of this violence isn't ideology, it's age and mental health. John Wilkes Booth was 26 when he killed Abraham Lincoln. Lee Harvey Oswald, 24 when he killed JFK. Sirhan Sirhan, 24 when he killed RFK. John Hinckley Jr., 25 when he nearly killed Ronald Reagan. Thomas Matthew Crooks, just 20 when he opened fire on Donald Trump in Butler, Pennsylvania. James Earl Ray, he's the outlier. He was 40 when he killed Martin Luther King Jr. The pattern holds for school shooters, Columbine's killers, 17 and 18, Virginia Tech, 23, Sandy Hook, 20, Parkland, 19, Uvalde, 18. Again and again, the numbers fall in the late teens and the early 20s, and it extends to other recent high-profile cases. Luigi Mangione, 26, when he allegedly killed United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. Robin Westman, who killed 2 and injured 21 at the Annunciation Catholic Church before committing suicide, 23. Tyler Robinson, suspected of killing Charlie Kirk, charged with killing Charlie Kirk, 22. The Dallas ICE gunman, 29. Maybe you're thinking there's nothing new about this. I mean, Billy Joel told us back in 1973 in Captain Jack, you're 21 and still your mother makes your bed, and that's too long. Young men adrift is not a new story. What is new is the impact of technology. Richard Louv saw it all coming 18 years ago when he wrote Last Child in the Woods. Jean Twenge, the San Diego psychologist, put a date on it in her bestseller iGen when she showed that 2012 was the tipping point, the year when more than half of Americans owned a smartphone. Facebook bought Instagram, the selfie era began, kids' social lives moved online to smartphones, social media, and high-speed internet, and what followed? Less hanging out with friends, less sleep, rising rates of mental health problems, spikes in self-harm and suicide, and young men, they've borne the brunt. As Scott Galloway told me here last week, the prefrontal cortex in the male is 18 months behind the female. It doesn't catch up until he's 25. He's more risk-aggressive, more likely to pursue dopamine. And then add in big tech, the platforms designed to monetize anger, or as Scott put it, they've essentially built the largest rage machines in history. And the result shows up in the data. Take your pick: joblessness, friendship, suicide. The New York Times' Jia-Lin Yang recently wrote this: the most dangerous element in our society may well be hopelessness. In a 2023 Harvard study, 1 in 3 young adults 18 to 25 reported feeling lonely. More than half said they lacked a sense of meaning or purpose. Only 19% trusted the federal government to do the right thing most or all of the time. And mortality rates tell the rest of the story. Until 2010, deaths among 25 to 44-year-olds were declining. Since then, they've stalled and worsened after COVID. Young adults in America now dying at higher rates than in any other wealthy nation from overdoses, car crashes, diabetes, alcohol, homicide, and suicide. So yes, politics can act as a trigger, but the through line is age and mental health. Young men, vulnerable, isolated, angry, living in a world that profits from their rage. By the way, none of this excuses their acts nor individual impetus, but it does explain them, which is why we should stop tabulating violence by whether it came from the left or the right and start focusing on the underlying issue, the crisis of young men in America. This leads me to today's poll question at Smerconish.com. Which is more of a cause of political violence by young men? Is it ideology or is it mental health?